So, hello everybody. Great to be with you again. I'm sorry I've been messing around with the times with this class, but I was invited to an event yesterday so I changed it again. I quite like this time on a Sunday evening. I hope you're all okay. Here it is incredibly hot for one day. Hi Maurits, hi Alex. So hi to Alex, hi to Maurits, hi to Patricia, hi to Typhor, hi to Julia. And okay, the next stream will be on Tuesday, which will be the 1st of July at 10 a.m. So that's on Tuesday. So let's get straight into this then. And it's a cat's meow. How loud a cat meows might be down to their genes. So let's see, let's go for it. Okay, some cats are quiet while others meow loudly for some cats are quiet while others meow loudly for Patricia, for hours. Meow, 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 meow. Hours would definitely fit. For hours. For contrast. Hi Alexander, I would say in contrast. Hi Vitali, lovely to see you. So lovely to see you Alexander, and lovely to see you Vitali. So some cats are quiet while others meow loudly for food. Good suggestion, Typhor. For attention, says Maurits. I think Maurits probably has got a, for example, says Alexander. For emphasis, says P. Okay, so for attention. So Maurits gets the first ice cream. Well done. For attention. For clout. Clout talks about influence. Normally somebody has clout. For attention, I was thinking for instance, but for attention it was. So let's go for the next one. For petting, yes, that would work as well, Vitali. Yeah. It's okay, Maurits, no problem. What makes the maybe deep in their genes? What makes the difference, says Alexander. Difference may be embedded deep in their genes, ingrained. Hi Nadia, lovely to see you. What makes the difference may be hidden deep in their genes. So everything looks good so far. Deep in their genes. Rooted is a brilliant word. Yeah, Julia. Maybe. Okay, it would. So Manisco, it would need to be may be one word. Lies. I like your use of the word lies. Baked deep in their genes. Designed. Hi fella, great to have you. Concealed. Encoded. Feline species act in this way may be intrinsically rooted within them. Rooted's a very good word. I like encoded as well. Enmeshed is not bad. Something simpler. So what makes the difference may be buried deep in their genes. Okay, so ice creams for those of you with difference, but buried is mine. Inborn, deep in their genes. Inborn, inbred as well. So if you've ever your home with more than one cat, you'll know how different there can be. And I've got a really nice connection today as well. So if you've ever, inherent in their genes, yes. If you've ever your home with more than one cat, you'll know how different their, if you've ever shared, if you've ever graced your home, I love it, behaviour can be. Their personas can be, if you've ever shared. I like personas, Alex, it's a good word. Their behaviour can be. So, if you've ever your home with more than one cat, you'll know how different there can be. Their meowing can be. Their types. Yes, their types. Their behaviour, shared and behaviour from Julia. I'm pretty sure those of you who've gone for shared for the first one are going to get an ice cream. I think the closest we've had so far is Personas by Alex. Okay, here it comes. Here comes the answer. How different their personalities can be. That's a synonym of persona. Shared from Maurits, their personalities. Very good, Alexander. Okay, so let's continue. One might chirp for food loudly on your and greet visitors at the door. I thought this use of chirp, to me chirp is like a bird. Chirp, 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 chirp. On your lap, says Vitali. So, one might chirp for food, comma, loudly on your, and greet visitors at the door. So, one might chirp for food, loudly. High key word. Might chirp for food, rather loudly. That comma messes you up. Keyword. Lap looks great. Purr for Vitali. Or caterwaul. I love caterwaul. On your doormat would work, Nadia. Purr, says Patricia. Okay. Manu, welcome. On your doormat. I love it. I like his idea. The problem is this comma. One might chirp for food rather loudly on your lap. Okay, another one, meow loudly, would be good. That's the on your carpet. On your knee, says Patricia. Okay. It's this comma that it means it's a different thing. So purr loudly on your lap. Purr definitely for Vitali, definitely for Patricia, and several of you got lap as well. Okay, one might chirp for food. Purr loudly on your lap and greet visitors at the door. Another, prefer quiet observation from a distance. I clean my shoes on the doormat. Isn't there another word for meow that is meowing, that is more light? Mew, mew, mew. M-E-W. Mew, mew. Another type prefer. Here, another may prefer. Another might prefer. Another might prefer, may prefer. You know me. Another ones. So, Alex, another one. It's got to be singular. Might prefer, and that's why no S. Another kind. Notice, Alex, another is singular. Yeah, another one, another kind. Another is only ever one, Alex, and it always needs to have a single. Another might, may, might, will. Good, Alexandra, and that's why no S. Might, would, yes. It's about cats, yes. It's about cats, Manu. And the noises that cats make. And why they make them. So, well done. Another species. Okay, another might prefer. Notice this might. I want all of you to remember to use might. Yeah, see how as native speakers we use it the whole time. Good, but think about it, Alex. Yeah, another might prefer. So why do some cats become chatty companions? Others seem more So why do some cats become chatty companions while, what says Vitali, while for Alexander, while others seem more reserved? I like reserved, good Alex. While, says Patricia, while and withdrawn, that's a good word, Mauri. It's more distant. That's a good word from Patricia. While others seem more distant. That's good, Manu. Aloof, good word, Slipknot. Welcome, Slipknot. Whereas others, definitely Manisco. While others, whereas is very good as well, Manisco. While others seem more distant for Typhal. Well done, Typhal. More self-contained. That's good, Alexander. Introverted. Can cats be aloof? I think it's a brilliant word for cats, aloof. There are some cats that just ignore you completely, and I think aloof is quite a good word to describe them. More humble, says Nadia, while others seem more distant, says Manu. More unapproachable is a good word as well. Okay, more reserved. So ice creams for wild and reserved. Hi HRT Zaud. Zaud is a good word, good name. When others seem more friendly. Introverted, good word as well, Maurits. Passive aggressive. Seem more passive aggressive. I think passive aggressive is could be a good description of a cat as well. So while I like Manisco's whereas others, reticent, good word, and anuj, detached as well. So let me just put this here. Okay, a recent study led by wildlife researcher Yume Okamoto and his colleagues at Kyoto University in Japan, where could work as well, yes it could, suggests that part of the answer in cat genes. And the verb you used before Manisco works well. May or could lie. It sounds great, Alex. May lie, says Alexander. May lie, says Nadia. Lies hidden. Yeah, in Spanish the cats have 7 lives, not 9. And maybe it's just the time zone. Lies distinctly. That works nicely, Patricia, with an adverb. Might lay. No, because it's in this case it might lie. Lay has to be transitive, and in cat genes this is an indirect object. Might lay. It's got to be might lie. It's got to be lie, Alexander. Might lie. Good, Julia. Inherently lies. Good, Maurits. Might lie. Lie, lay, lane. Yes. Lay down in cat genes. No. Okay, may lie in cat genes. Ice creams for lots of you there. Yeah, most of you got the may and you got the lie as well. Alex, even I've been known to mess up may, lie and lay at times. Intrinsically lies. Lie and lay is incredibly difficult. I think probably you'll find that more native speakers make more mistakes with lie and lay than students, because at least most students know the difference or think about the difference, and native speakers don't. So, may lie in cat genes. Cat owners from across Japan were asked to complete about their cat, the feline behavioural assessment, and about laying on the sofa. No problem, don't trust. Questionnaire, yes. I should have taken this centre bit out. I'm going to take it out anyway. Well done. Questionnaire, yes, Vitali. Survey could work as well for Alex and Alexander. Survey or questionnaire. A cheek. I think you've got the right answer keyword. That's it, Vitali. A poll. A poll is normally people voting for things. A research. Normally a man who researches uncountable. So swab for Vitali and swab for Alex. Questionnaire. A questionnaire, says Patricia and Nadia. A swab, says Alexander. A questionnaire is a set of questions that you answer. So does your cat make a noise when it wants food? Swab, says Julia. And to take check toll. To take a swab, says Patricia. Hi, Darth. Swab, says Darth. A questionnaire. A questionnaire is a set of questions. A cheek sample. No. Okay, it's a swab. It's definitely a swab. So, swab dollop. Okay. Let's see. A questionnaire and a swab. The swab is where they scrape a little bit off you. Okay, so let's go on. The survey questionnaire included questions about of cat behaviour, including purring and directed at people. Second one is very difficult. The survey included questions about of cat behaviour. A description. Not bad. Purring and meowing. It would work, Alexander. Yes. About a pattern of cat behaviour is not bad. A wide range. That's really good, Maurits. A profile, says Patricia. Pattern. A variety. Purring and hissing. Hissing is very good. An assessment of cat behaviour. Cat about a nature. About the nature. It would be the nature of cat behaviour. Meowing or hissing would do, but it's more general than that. It's actually much easier than you think, Alex. Meowing directed, aggression directed at, permanent or about a particularities. Hint. Okay. Hint. Maurits has already scored an ice cream. That's the word, Alexander. Okay, it means noises, vocalizations directed at people, and caterwauling. Range. That's the but keyword. That's the word. That really is. A range of cat behaviour. Bingo, yeah. And vocalizations. That was for Alexander. Well done, keyword. Maurits got it as well. A wide range, Maurits said right at the beginning. Okay, so about a range of cat behaviour, including purring and vocalizations directed at people. A range of cat behaviour. Behaviour can either be uncountable or countable. For me, as an older person, behaviours uncountable I don't like. Aggressors are used as a verb. Okay, I would accept it. And seem to aggress. I'm certain it's there. So thank you. Well done, all of you. So let me put this here. To aggress. I'm sure it's there, Vitaly. The researchers in the recent Japanese study, an onomatopoeia, the rule of parallel structures, purring and ing, yes, and aggressing. The researchers in the recent Japanese study dwell on, it would work, focus, well done Manu, base on, focused on, that's it Nadia. Behavioural patterns, plural. Focused, well done Maurits. Zeroed in on, good Vitaly. So the researchers in the recent Japanese study on the cat androgen receptor AR gene located on the X chromosome. I'm sorry, it gets a little bit technical for the next couple of questions, and I wish it didn't, but well, it's the way it goes. So researchers in the recent Japanese study focused on that's it Patricia, well done. Pay close attention to. So pay close attention to the cat's androgen. Focal point was, the study's focal point was, well done. This gene helps the body's response to hormones such as testosterone, and contains a section where a DNA sequence is repeated. AR is an essential part of vertebrate biology. So without all the technical bit at the end, this gene helps the body's response to hormones. Helps trigger. Trigger's a good word, Alexander. Regulate, says Patricia, and that's going to be an ice cream. Trigger, says Julia. Direct. That works as well. Well done, Patricia. Analyze. Analyze, probably not. The scientists analyze. Okay, this gene helps determining. I would say helps determine. Okay, Alex is going to go with P and regulate. Helps fine tune. Welcome, Marianne. Lovely. It's lovely to have you. Helps determine without the ing, but that's a good word. Trying to come up with another good. Okay, adjust. Adjust is good. The other one I was thinking about that is control. Helps control the body's response. Okay, helps regulate. Notice helps plus verb. Yeah, this helps change. This helps regulate. So ice cream there definitely for Patricia, and I think for Alex as well with going with regulate. Yeah, so well done, Patricia. Any ice cream you want. Parallel structures, tailoring and alterations. So rules are there to be broken. Absolutely. In English, Vitaly, there are no rules. The only rules that there are in English are rules invented by English teachers to give students a hard time. For me at school, there are no rules in English. The only rule is I before E except after C. And that doesn't even work as well. Okay, so in the common species of all jawed vertebrates. It's close, Alexander. Lots and lots of icy cream. The most ancient form of AR appeared in the common of all jawed vertebrates over the most ancient form, because it's a superlative, Alexander. It's hard to see tailoring as a gerund. Ancestors says, white stripes, lovely to see you. In the common DNA, RNA, that's quite good. Ancestors or ancestor, says Nadia. It's great to have you, white stripes. Ancestor, says Alex. In the common genome, I think genome I would have to accept as well. Ancestor, says Julia. The common genome, says Manu. The most. Yes, it was a superlative. Or the common... Ah, okay, I was thinking of the most. Common progenitor, good word, Nadia. The most ancient. But the common ancestor. There was only one common ancestor which they all came from. Tailoring and clothes altering. Yeah, that's it. Good. Okay, so the most ancient form of AR appeared in the common ancestor of all jawed vertebrates. And let's keep going. AR, the formation of male reproductive organs, secondary sexual characteristics, and reproductive behaviour. Ice cream, yes, definitely for you as well. So, ice cream for all of those who put ancestor. Ice cream for Julia, ice cream for White Stripes, more ice cream for Alex. I love Nadia's progenitor, and it's certainly worth one as well. Influence. Influences, guides, determines. This is about androgen receptors. Yes, it is, White Stripes. Determine the formation. Determine is good, Manu. And AR, androgen receptors. AR stands for androgen receptors. This is to do with biochemistry. Determines, dictates, defines. No, AR is... Oof. Sets the formation is a good word as well. Determines, dictates, defines, determines, defines, controls. Did we have anyone with controls? Controls, it was Patricia there right at the end, yes. Assault rifle, augmented reality. Orlando, lovely to see you. Establishes. We're almost out of the technical bit now. The number of these sequences, how responsive the gene is. Shorter repeats make the receptor more to androgens. Shapes, good word, Patricia. Hello, Lum on Earth. I wish I had the reproductive behaviour as the cats have gotten. Determines, good word, Vitali. So, hello, I am on Earth, good to have you. Mark. Makes the receptor more susceptible, good word. Determines how responsive. Determines for Patricia is good word. Determines for Vitali. Dictates, says Patricia. Impacts how responsive. It definitely works, Nadia. Determines, makes the receptor more vulnerable. Good words, Mariam. Well done, Mariam. Signals. I think signals would also work. Defines, determines, says Alexander. Let's go for the answer. How responsive. It alters. Malleable. You're going around the entity. Okay. Alters and sensitive. More prone. Prone is a good word. So, alters how responsive the gene is. More responsive, more sensitive to androgens. In other species, humans and dogs, shorter repeats in the AR gene have been with increased aggression and extroversion. Like humans, good Manu, convey those signals, good, namely, good word Alex, like says Julia, well done Julia, like, have been associated with says Lando, ductile, no, van, no, i.e. good Vitali, as humans and dogs, good, associated with says Alexander, have been linked with says Alex, namely humans says keyword, has been associated with, linked with says Nadia, like says Patricia. Desensitization is a medical term when receptors don't get stimulated by normal doses, amounts of its activator. Oh, that's quite interesting. Associated with for Julia, good. Mingled with, not quite. Have been linked with. Linked and associated for the second says Darth. Linked with says don't trust. Intertwined with says Julia. Good. You're starting to get going now. This is really good. Associated with. Have been linked with in other species, including dogs and humans. Shorter repeats have been linked with. Yeah, including for the first one. Concatenated with. It's a bit formal, but it works. The meaning is fine, Maurits. Have been concatenated with. It's not completely wrong at all. Affiliated with. If you take painkillers often, even if you don't have a pain, you might need a much higher dose to actually reduce pain. Desensitization. Thank you very much, White Stripes. That's very nice. Affiliation. No, affiliated with works as well, Patricia. Among 280 spayed or neutered cats, those with the short AR gene variant purred more often. Males with the variant also scored higher for directed vocalizations, such as meowing to be or out. Talking about mouse behavior, also called tachyphylaxis. Tachyphylaxis. Okay, concatenate favors linked elements of a roughly same nature. That's probably true. Immured or let out. Immured, let in or let out. Fed or taken out. Good keyword. Fed and let says Alexander. Fed and let says Julia. And is there anyone who'd like to comment on these two words, spayed or neutered? Caressed or taken out? Fed and let out says don't trust. Fed and let out says Nadia. Absolutely, White Stripes. Which one? Emasculated. Yes. Detesticulation, I love it. To be taken or let out. Or a bit calm. Okay, normally the word spay is used for female cats and neutered for male cats. Sterilized. To spay is to either cut out the ovaries or tie the ovaries of a female cat. Neutered is normally for the masculine, and spay is normally for the feminine. Spay is hysterectomy. Yes, 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 yes. Ovary removal. That's really good. Okay, such as meowing to be fed or let out, and I think all of you deserve ice creams for that. That was really good. Nora, lovely to see you. It's great to have you, Nora. Snipped out, says Darth. So let me put this here. Okay, and continue. Snip out. Oh, you see, I would say snip off for vasectomize. To get the snip, whereas spay is different. It's a different type of operation. Females with the same genotype, however, were more towards strangers. Meanwhile, cats with the longer, less active version of the gene to be quieter. Were more amicable to strangers, tend to be quieter. It's a very unusual word. Let's see. For students, Alex, spay is an unusual word. For a native speaker, it's a word that people will know. We're more receptive to strangers for Lando. Let's see, spay is a great word for someone with a vocabulary like you, Alex. Well, for all of you, because you've all got great vocabularies. So more receptive towards strangers for Lando. More aggressive, says Maurits. Seem. Not seem. Tended to be for the second one, says Vitali. Tended for Maurits. Of the gene prone to be... were prone to be quieter. Entreprenant. Okay. Aggressive towards strangers. Yes, Julia. Receptive towards strangers. Good, Vitali. Tend to be quieter. Well done, Nora. Appear to be quieter. Good, Patricia. Tempted. Tended. Trust. Were more welcoming towards strangers. I like welcoming. Were more aggressive, says Manu. Tended to be. Well done, Julia. Well, want to be. Good, White Stripes. Aggressive and tended for Nadia. Inclined. I think inclined to be. Definitely Manisco. Were more open to strangers. Tend to be quieter for Alexander. Smash the like, as Julia says. Were more combative, but not to strangers. Were more combative, full stop. You can doctor a cat, definitely. More aggressive towards strangers. More open towards strangers. More hostile. Hostile too, says Vitali. More circumspect. Yes, circumspect works very nicely, don't trust. And inclined to be. They were inclined to be. They tended to be. So ice creams for those of you who said aggressive and tended. And let's continue. This variant was more common in which are typically bred for docility. Well, more welcoming to strangers. Yes. So this variant was more common in breeds, in sandwich breeds, domestic breeds, mongrel breeds, manufactured breeds, pure breeds, domesticated breeds, pure breeds for Lando, mixed breeds for domestic breeds, says Manu. Tamed breeds, says Darth. Pure breeds. I like pure breeds. So So a synonym of Julia's pure breeds. Or the opposite of White Stripe's mongrel. Mixed breeds. Well done, Vitali. Ice cream for Vitali there. In crossbreeds, in pedigree breeds. This variant was more common in pedigree breeds, which are typically bred for docility. Okay, so a pedigree, it's got a specific characteristics. It's a perfect example of a particular time. Well done, Vitali, very definitely. Yeah. Homogeneous breeds. Pedigree, that's it, Patricia. Domestication is generally thought to have increased vocal behaviour in cats. So it may seem that the version of the gene linked to increased communication and assertiveness is the one also found in such as the lynx. Unlikely feral species. Feral is a good wild species. I mean, feline would work. But not, okay. It may seem surprising. That's the best answer yet for this first one. That the version of the gene linked to increased communication and assertiveness seem unusual. Good, Lando. Found in wild forest species. Counterintuitive. Good word. From White Stripes and keywords. Striking. That's good. Wild species for Nadia. Good. It may seem contradictory. Astonishing. These are good words. This is a very difficult text today. It may seem weird. Good, Nadia. Okay. It may seem odd. Strange. That's very good, White Stripes. Weird. I've got to take the beginning out of this. Unorthodox is a good word. It may seem paradoxical. In wild species such as the lynx. May seem freaky, unsurprising, unexpected. It's not bad. But this study doesn't tell us straightforward about how cat domestication selects for traits. A straightforward story. Good word, Vitali. Story for Alex. For vocal traits, says very good, Alexander. For such traits, says Vitali, are similar. For similar traits. Story and such traits, says White Stripes. Similar traits. Tail. Okay, that's good, Alexander. You're looking for synonyms for tail and story. And that's definitely an ice cream for Patricia. That's an ice cream for Patricia, very definitely, I think. A straightforward fable. Narrative. For said traits. For sociable traits. So, definitely an ice cream for Patricia. Anyone you want, again. A history, analysis. For sociable traits. Relatories for such traits. Instead, it to a much more complex picture. Points to. That's very good, Vitali. Points says White Stripes. Points says Patricia. Points says Alex. It's that two which makes it very... An extra scoop of strawberry, she deserves it. Points to, says Julia. Points to, says Nadia. Points, says Manu. Alludes to, that's very good as well. I like alludes, it's a good word. To a more complex picture. Inclines to. Alludes to. Inclines to, no. But alludes to, it points to. So ice creams for everyone with it, it points to. And I think I'm probably going to stop there. I suspect that's the last one. Okay, one more, and this is the last for today. One where certain traits like aggression may still be useful, especially in high stress or resource domestic environments. Puts finger on, highlighting, underlined, alluding to. It alludes to, yes, alludes to certain disagreeable traits like aggression, unwanted, particular, resource scarce. Looks very good to me, Lando. Unwanted traits, survival traits, resource scarce, says keyword. Yeah, Fatty Patty with all the ice cream. Resource lacking, domestic environments. Scarce, says Darth for the second one. Resource lacking, says Alex. Undesirable traits. I can't remember the word for the first one, but it's about something from the past. Certain character traits. Good word, Maurice. I like character. Resource barren. Resource deficient. Certain behaviour traits in resource lacking environments. Innate traits. That's a very good word, Nadia. Well done, Nadia. Resource wanting. Atavistic traits. I like atavistic. It's not atavistic, but that's certainly a really good word. Yeah? Because it's got the right meaning. Resource poor. That works very nicely, Alexander. Innate traits. Congenital, inborn. Hi, Mustafa. Great to have you. Hi. So let's see what they put. Ancestral traits. Resource scarce. So ice creams for those of you who went for scarce. Who started with scarce? I think that... Okay. Scarce. Was Lando who started with scarce. So, ice cream for you, definitely, Lando. Atavitic is pretty close. It's a good word, White Stripes. High-tailored channel. So, enough for today. Are we going to do one more? Come on, then. Some animals spend a lot of time, humans, because they are attracted by resources than bred as companion animals or farmed. Some animals spend a lot of time, humans, because they are attracted by our resources than bred as companion animals or farmed. Amongst, rather than. I'm going to give you ice cream anyway, Nadia. You've made some very good words, definitely. Mimicking humans, around humans, amid humans, amidst, beside, says Darth. Rather than, says Alexander. Amongst and rather than for Nora. Mimicking humans. It works, White Stripes. Around humans and rather, says Julia. Around, says Nadia. I'm pretty sure that's going to give you an ice cream, Nadia. With humans. Good word, Maurice. With for Patricia. So let's. And I haven't got the answer here. I'm certain the first one was around, and the second one is rather. So let me put the answer, because we haven't. Observing humans. Spend a lot of time around humans because they are attracted by our resources rather than bred as companion animals or farmed. So Nadia, you did get an ice cream right there at the end. So enough for today, and that's the end. That's the end. Among. Hi Venkatamaran, great to have you again. So enough for today. Rather than bred or farmed. Rather than bred as companion animals or farmed. Rather, yes, I agree with you. Alex. Rather than having been bred as companion animals or farmed. I think the link between the two parts of the sentence is not very good. So, thank you all of you. Venkataraman, thank you. Venkataraman, great to have him. That's great. It's been a really hard one today. So, next stream is on Tuesday, 1st of July at 10 a.m. UK time. Yeah, because you're expecting something that doesn't attract them. Thank you so much, Nadia. Thank you, Patricia. It was fun and catty. Thank you, White Stripes. Thank you, Keyword. Thank you, Alex. Thank you, Typhor. Thank you, Darth. Thank you, Alexander. Thank you, Venkataraman. Thank you, White Stripes. So let's see. Thank you to Mustafaev. Thank you to Alex. Thank you to Alexander. Thank you to Darth. Thank you to Don't Trust. Thank you to Julia. Thank you to Keyword. Thank you to Manisco. Thank you to Maurits. Thank you to Nadia. Thank you to Nora. Thank you to Patricia. Thank you to Typhor. Thank you to Venkataraman. Thank you to Vitali. Thank you to White Stripes. And thank you to the Tailored Channel. It's been great having you all. So take care, and I'll see you all on Tuesday. So, bye for now.